Hello, everyone. How's it going? Sarah, Wolfman, I was wondering when it would start. Well, it's the same time every week, so I was just 2 minutes late today. Wolfman, how's it going? Easy AZ ABC, Jamon, K-Sid, Great God NL, Dark Kebabs, Dapboy Chuckles. Glad you look forward to each Monday, Wolfman. Tom Piet, Zed Pro, or I think you told me. Should it be Zed Pro or Z Pro? Or no, wait. I think we've gone through this before, and you said it doesn't matter. Anyways, hello, Ark. How are you? How's it going, everyone? Happy Monday. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I am very excited to finish this game. Looking forward to seeing where it goes. Just gonna get started in just a second. Welcome in and thank you for joining me. Yeah. Lass of Gloucester, how are you? Yeah, and we now have a follower emote. I've qualified for a follower emote, so that Leoria one. Even non-subs can use that, even though a lot of people are sub. Because of the, as K-Sid says, the compulsive sub-givers. It's fine, Wolfman, no worries. Okay. I used to not like Mondays very much before you started streaming for obvious reasons. Can't wait to see how this ends. That's very sweet. I love to hear this, and I can't wait to continue the series after this as well. And yeah, I made it an emote. I made it an emote. Okay. Let's just jump right in, shall we? I don't know how long this will take. It could be an hour, it could be 3 hours, it could be 5 hours, but we're finishing today. AI, yep, how's it going? And, sorry, I meant yup to Ramuki. Yes, we're finishing the case for sure. Hey, Power Flare, I'm glad you're able to join us. Welcome in. And, good for you, no work this Monday. This is the defendant's lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. We're at the second trial of Case 5. Lana and Emma are missing. Edgeworth is doing Edgeworth things. He's still here. He's kind of under a bit of duress. Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777 ID number that is, yes, I do. I have a pretty strong hunch, yeah, Gant. Eagle Will, how are you? First time chatter, welcome. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. Why are you beating the game? What has it done to you? It's abused me. Glad to hear it, Wolfman. Laguna's definitely one of my top 2 characters in that game, if not my favorite. Definitely top 2. I can't believe it either. Yeah, last week I just typed in the 77 just for shits and giggles, and it worked. I saw your YouTube video about reading One Piece and went to follow you on Twitch, and this is the first stream I catch. Cool. Yeah, we did the One Piece. We did more of a One Piece read yesterday. We started Arlong Park. And we'll continue that, I guess, Sunday. Probably. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from the list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. Or 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured that you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. Thank you, Eagle. This is the first time she's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. Oh, yes, we do. This is A's attorney. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright. This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Here we go, folks. The last one of the first game. I wonder if the presentation's gonna be much different in the second one. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor? The prosecution is ready, Your Honor, for the last time in this game, I assume. Soul Samurai, how's it going? You hope I studied? Last night I did brush up. I did watch parts of the VOD. I think I'm prepared. I think I brought the big brain for today, hopefully. Though if we play that tape again, we might have problems. Normally this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. Huh? Before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Last trial with his OST. They're gonna change the OST, that's right. I'm gonna miss it. But now that I'm finished the game, I can download it. Or after today. Cool, Soul Samurai, me too. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Udgy. Been back to the pool yet? Hey, Holy Potato. I have seen the Cursed Badger video, yeah. And they were very liberal with how often they replayed it. No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours? Oh no. Oh, the stare. Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Davinator, how are you? Yes, I definitely based that voice off of Pegasus, and I'm pretty happy with it. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana. Is she holding something? I think in her back sprite she was holding something. You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana, Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. Oh damn, the game's over quicker than I thought it would be. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. Damn, I just joined. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Have you been playing the game at all, Judge? Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial. Alright, guys. 13-minute stream. Thanks for stopping by. Excuse me. I'm trying to die. Or the game's trying to kill me. Thank you, thank you. I do need those hydrates, thank you. Even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Damn, we got lots of hydrates. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I just... I don't know, I swallowed my spit strangely or something. Thank you, everyone. It appears the time for a verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Lana's a bona fide speedrunner. One moment, Your Honor. Objection. Mr. Edgeworth, The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Hell yeah. I don't want to win this way, is what he's saying. Edgeworth really is just a shonen antagonist. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, Gant wants it to end. Gant wants it to end. Yeah. That's true. I don't think he wants to win it at all, but his move there was the I don't want to win like this moment. Oh yeah, Edgeworth's going on the antagonist list for sure. He's going to be in the next iteration. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Yep. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh. To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Lana Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Hell yeah, my king. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, and he would know things about that. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Oh, my king. This is the final case, Davinator. We're finishing it all today. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. God damn. Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand. Tier list at the end? Sure, if someone links me one when we finish, sure. When I give my final thoughts about it. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Oh, Emma. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Lana Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Impromptu ranking of the cases and characters by the end? It might change after further reflection depending on how this case goes, but yeah, I'm down. I'm down for sure. I think that would be fitting at the end of my first blind playthrough on Twitch to give a ranking like that. It's a good way of summing it up, right? Bets? I wasn't planning on doing any bets for it, but we'll see. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. Damn, Phoenix getting a little poetic. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. First testimony, here we go, big brain time. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Okay. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out, I don't remember much. But I guess she did remember that. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay, thanks, Davinator. We'll do that after then. I'll try to remember. If I don't, you guys can bug me about it. Just Just press whatever. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer with Gant's eyes. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw that instant. Stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights. It was just about... that could be important. About this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then, lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective. Detective Goodman, he was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Yeah, hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago. Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. Right, the picture. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew, I believe it has very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Oh, Edgeworth. You never get all the evidence. My good friend, you never get it all. Would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Oh, we have it, don't we? The man raised up his knife and... Okay. Seems to have been lost. No, we have that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think we have it. It's on the back. I think it's on the back of this. Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah, so... But if I present this, is it... I mean, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Let's present it. Cool, Wolfman. Glad you'll be able to stick around for the ending of the game. Hell yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence. Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for this case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. She absolutely put her heart into it. Did you see that line work? Beautiful line work. D. Jonathan R., thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you so much, Dan. If you want that to go towards one of the goals, please let me know. But otherwise, hope your Monday's going beautifully. Thank you so much. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over, turn... Ah! That's exactly how he sounded. Ah! What's this? Oh, beautiful. What is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Oh, she's so proud now. She's so proud. Indeed. It is, Dan, thanks. 2 men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh. These lists, they're different from each other. Huh? What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. Those 2 lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in the case ever reached you. What? What? Order. But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that... Right, Zed Pro? It was a beautiful drawing. Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. You got it, Dan. Let me just quickly put that in. Top 10 Nan abilities. There we go. Thanks again. Okay, got it. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. He didn't look at it all this time. Or maybe he saw something and just didn't really notice. That's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth? It's possible. Let's see. Oh, he didn't look. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. Oh no. Cat jam indeed. He trusted the police so much that he never even checked the back of the page. I wasn't fully confident that I escaped the music, but I thought maybe. You thought it was over? That's that thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room! Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Evidence list restored and updated in the court record. Okay. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Ah, millennia is behind all of this. Last stream was great, Santy, but there was a bit of trauma. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. That is her thinking face. Okay, testimony number 2. Unless this is adding to it. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. I think he's cute too, but... The context. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue. No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor. Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? I must have fainted? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Edgeworth, my empathetic king? Do you really need to torture this girl any further? Damn. What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyways, this picture. Exactly what I saw. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives. Are you insinuating that we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Well... I'm sensing it too, Sarah. Just getting the vibes. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet there's clearly a contradiction. Oh, okay. I gotta think. I got a big think. Let's see. No, this is the case from 2 years ago, so it's this stuff. Broken tip. Wait, let's see. I think that's the left hand. Was it the right hand? Oh, no. Stabbed in the back. Okay, yeah, that's a contradiction. Hell yeah. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. Which part of this picture, maybe he is stabbing him in the back. Also, I thought he was about to stab him in the chest, but it looks like it was his back. But now that I looked at it, the knife... I mean, I thought this was just because it was simplified, but the tip's missing already. I can't tell if that's just the picture is being simplified, though. It's a ruler, yeah. Okay, I guess I got it. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Okay. Hey, I've been stumbling into the correct answer this entire playthrough, so it's only right. It's only fitting that I stumble into it again. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too, but it was inside the victim. It was inside the victim. It's only right. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. Yeah, exactly. In the lung? It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. It's very in character for Phoenix. Thank you, Soul Samurai. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. Hey, Rainder. How's it going? Happy Monday. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken! Ah! What's the meaning of this? Objection. Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Objection. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. Yep. See, I got there eventually. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does that mean? Objection. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. Now you're being mean. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time. Sassy Phoenix. But she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence. Oh shit, you're treading on thin ice, Mr. Wright. All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. Oh, sure. Yeah, you can't deny the possibility. It's definitely possible. No. Ah! Yeah, you start talking about falsified evidence. Edgeworth is not happy. Thank you for the follow, Seppuku Drip. Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? These courts gotta be broke for it to only have 2 lawyers solving all these cases? Hey, we're there so often. We're their primary source of income. Everything revolving around our cases. Trigger warning, falsified evidence. Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. Right, the iconic photo with the knight in the corner and the vase in the back. After receiving, or the jar, whatever you call that. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. He's related in some way to Gant. There's no way they draw those eyes so similar and them not be related in some way. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? I guess there's another one. Where, though? If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright? In that instance, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife. The eyes details would have been hard to see on DS graphics, though. I guess. I can only work with what I'm seeing, I guess. Maybe not, then? I don't know. Maybe they reused art assets for this. This part is hilarious. Hey, Dragon Knight. I am doing well, and I'm sad you couldn't make it either, but it was pretty fun. You can check out the VOD if you're interested, but glad to have you here with us today. Yeah, there is a bit of a duality to the witness story, eh, Eagle? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Oh, the vase, right? It has to be the vase. So, or the jar? Yesterday's stream was what I do every Sunday, which is reactions to Spy Family, reactions to Kaguya-sama, and reading One Piece. Okay. Can I save here? No. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's... Thank you for the follow, Pop, not sure how to pronounce pronounce that, but thank you so much. Okay, present this. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? Huh? I'm sure this all must be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright, but may I remind you that the what? Okay, it's not the jar? Popty, perfect pronunciation, perfect. Damn. Okay. Let me just save here really quick. I'm sure, wasn't it the vase? Or the jar? The real murder weapon. Oh, the trophy? Wait, the trophy, it was removed. It could be the trophy. No. Was there a shard like that? I don't know. Oh, so the trophy did have the sword removed. That's why I was thinking that. Or it was a halberd, I think? I think it was a halberd. Oh, that's right. So I was thinking too far ahead. Because they literally just said it had to have been another knife. So is that it? The answer lies in the past, 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture! This is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. The halberd. Oh, I thought it was a halberd. Yeah, the photo was the murder weapon. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Order! Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given the broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Only if you have Nen. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Order, but the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Hold it. Emma? Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Okay. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth? What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back. I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. Yeah, Phoenix is me. Phoenix is literally me. Just go with it. You just vibe and stuff gets presented to you and you go, all right. Hey, Gansey. How are you? You drew that. That's right. The list wasn't torn in half, but at the time I drew this picture. Thank you for the follow, R. Gabriel Brito. All this time, I've been trying so hard to forget. Me too. Me too, Emma. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the... witness's testimony. But I'm just thinking, why did she... Why is that so stark in her mind? Would you please tell us what you've recalled? Oh, I guess she's about to tell us. Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up and now the blue badger. This should be interesting. Emma's recollection. Phoenix is always surprised with how the story turns out. He himself is unveiling step by step. He's just like us. See, that's why I don't theorize before these court cases. Because it's very fun to just literally roleplay as Phoenix and discover it as you go. Love the implication that the blue badger caused more severe trauma than the fucking murder she saw. She's just like me. My relatable queen. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with a knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. That is horrifying. This is a horror story. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. That is certainly most unusual. This is. Why the blue badger is a problematic fave. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even design him. Is that a typo? Until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well... Stop, please! Don't pursue this any further. Oh, damn. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. Me too, Smoothies. Me too. And me too, Thanik. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Obviously, the Blue Badger is an eldritch entity who has existed for millions of years. It just recently manifested itself into being through its physical form given to it by Gumshoe. He spoke... What does Mikolash say? Grant us eyes. Gumshoe is the Ace Attorney Mikolash, the conduit for the gods. I've already confessed to the crime, but can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Skye, we've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Yeah, he's the boss from Bloodborne. Grant us eyes. Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Okay, bailiff, please detain the defendant. So, Lana... We're finally getting to the core of the matter. So Lana does not want this to be... yeah. This is definitely the longest case, but we're at the end, I think. It would be way too long if we had another investigation and another trial after this. That would be way too long. Yeah, I don't know, K-Sid. I mean, the revelation we're going to get to soon will be very indicative about her character, I think. And maybe Emma. Raises knife. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure he saw a How can she be sure he wasn't in the room if it was dark, though? His shadow? You mean, you didn't actually see his face with his winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. Three creepy horns. Yeah, I do too, God of Devil. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. Okay, the way they're framing this, she's not mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. So, a silhouette similar to the blue badger. And I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, tell us what this shadow really was. Okay. What was it that Emma saw when the lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger? Really, I just might know. I mean, there's something in evidence that has the same silhouette. Probably. She's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger, something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. In this room, very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look-alike. My badge, obviously. No. No. None of these? No. It's similar. Badger. Oh. Is it like this? Or like... No, it must have been like this. Either like this, or maybe it's something on top of it. Maybe something on top of it. Either way, this is the only thing it can be. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright... that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. But I like what they're doing with the psychology of Emma here. Because 2 years ago when she saw that, she didn't think it looks like the blue badger. She just saw a shape. But now we've been doing this evidence collecting for 3 days or whatever, however long it's been. We've been so deeply entrenched in the idea of the blue badger that she now got the silhouette in her mind and she's applying it to the context that she knows now. There might be a name for that sort of phenomenon, but it's really cool because they're using real-life psychology here. However, thank you for the follow, Sully the Ghost. Memory is crazy that way, yeah. So the blue badger brainwashed her. Yeah, kinda. What if we were to change our viewpoints? I've got to show them the correct angle to the correct angle. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So we have to have the horn in the middle. Yeah. Oh no. This is not good. This is the closest thing, I think. Right? This looks to me like the closest. So either this. The longer this takes, the longer we hear the song, so take your time. Yes, I will. This is the caddest of jams, you guys know. You are here at the best time, Hannah. Right on time. I can tilt it like this. See, but then there's no horn in the middle here. Oh my gosh, this is so janky. I wish I could use 2 axes. Then there's that, but I don't think that... they're too low, I think. I think it has to be like this, right? I'm scared. This is the closest thing, from what I can see. Like, not tilted. Why is it tilted? How finicky is it gonna be? Okay, that's pretty straight. You don't get penalized for getting this wrong? Okay. It's very finicky? Oh my goodness. Okay, present it. It's good that they don't penalize you. Is that it? This isn't right? No, no. Oh, please. The right angle? Should I rotate it vertically a bit more or horizontally? I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this. Because you have to have the middle horn. These two have to be on the side. I mean, this can't be it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, okay. I think I had the right orientation, just the angle was finicky. Oh my gosh. Do I have to do this? Yeah. Okay. I think I have to... Oh my gosh, why is it tilting? This is so bad. These controls are so bad. Oh my gosh. Guys. Okay, this is what this is what I have to do. It's angled to the right. Okay. It doesn't work with a PC port. Yeah. This? Hey, Melia. I'm doing okay. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I didn't even see these rotation buttons. That might help a little. Okay. Does it look better on the other side? Let's try that. So, like... No, I don't think that would work. We did it, folks. We did it, folks. Is this a miracle or what? Is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger. First try. This is the trauma you all were talking about. That wasn't too bad. That was like 6 or 7 tries. Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. No more Cat Jam. I'm sure they'll play it again. You have a minute lag on the stream? Although we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? Just gotta screenshot that really quick. What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Because the jar being in the room at the time is important. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The murder weapon? That's my initial... Wait, no. The murder weapon can't be different. It's still the knife tip. The murderer? By process of elimination, it has to be the location, but this is being vague, so I don't really know what they're referring to. Location? Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Hell yeah, Edgeworth. Talk to him. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. Oh, that's what he means, the location that the murder was. But the body was found lying near Lana Skye's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that revealed what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Skye's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying that the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Skye's office? It's funny to talk about them as separate offices when they're literally same room just across from each other. Hey, Oliver. You joined at the perfect time. How's it going? Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical reason is that there was a reason. Hell yeah. Flawless logic. Do you know what reason that was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out, so this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Hey, Lucky Lazo. No worries. Ah, the suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. So yeah, I saw that in the picture and I was thinking that too. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, and I don't remember if there was something going on with the suit of armor that made it look weird with regards to the knife. It would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility. Of course the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorized, then the outcome is obvious. Emma? In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Yeah. Yep. Classic judge face. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? It looks like it. It looks like she killed him unintentionally. The judge's face, yes. So I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How could you say it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Ooh, new sprite? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone from finding out what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone to believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. You're going to have proof. Tell me... Whoops. Do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has been a wild goose chase from the beginning. No? Finger wag? Touché, Miss Skye. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. There's still another possibility. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life, in one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? Yeah, we can get the dead people to testify, but mediums are otherwise occupied. The real reason Maya isn't the case, unironically though. Emma will be sent to jail? I don't think so. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Yeah, she was only 14 too. Do not be mistaken, Miss Skye. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright. Please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. So I'm thinking God. I'm thinking didn't the jar have these markings? Yeah. Like, what's this? Is this Japanese? Or are these symbols or something? Only the fragment, the lines remaining on it. I guess so, the strongest link. I think it has to be this. Like, what else? I think it leads to this. Hey, God Lotus. How's it going? Happy Monday. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he just going to speak? Is he going to just speak of the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Edgeworth hates it. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left there on the surface. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see the faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice... For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there's a line here drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Oh, okay. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Oh. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. God damn. Hold on. Let me use my mouse now. And the victim's message will become apparent. And the victim's message will become apparent. Salted Jumps, how are you? No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make answers. Okay, wait. Wait. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. His murderer's name. I guess open to it, Thousand Arrows, but I don't really like, streaming Souls, or, I don't know, we'll see. I don't really see much of a reason for me, to be honest. Because also when I play Soulsborne games, I'm very quiet. And I just immerse myself in it, so it might be pretty boring to watch. This is weird. Then we have this, and then we have this, and then we have this. Emma spelt incorrectly. It's okay. Oh, no, wait, no, it's spelt right. For some reason, I thought there was two M's for a second. Present. EA Sports. There's an anime-only case. I didn't know that. Do you react to other YouTubers on here for series that you covered? If not, do you ever watch other people's content on said series? I don't react to other YouTubers, no. Sometimes I watch people's content on series, but not super often. I watch video game analysis more than anime analysis. I actually don't really watch anime videos at all outside of reactions. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma, so this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Very dramatic, goddamn. Of all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Lana Skye. Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I'll answer some of the questions in chat next time we get a little lull. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Oh, crap. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Oh, his face? His eyes? Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Defend your man. Defend your man. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. Yeah, that's exactly what he just said, Sarah. I'm afraid that's not important. Is it? Is it really not? Didn't you know, we aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. That's really interesting. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. That was really raw. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They may have sent an innocent man to death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order! 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 The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Damn. Gant's entry right there was super cool. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued. Alrighty. Trial ladder. There we go. So we're in the latter part of the trial. Okay, so let me just quickly look at the things that people were asking me. That's very nice of you, Wolfman, to say. Thank you. Would it kind of deter your... Salted Gems asked, would it kind of deter your own work if you watched anime analysis, or at least make you subconsciously compare your work to others? No. I used to watch anime analysis a lot. Or not a lot, but a decent amount. I never did that. I just am not really interested, personally. A lot of times. Video game analysis for the win? Hell yeah. Do you watch Eyepatchwolf's anime videos? No, I don't. No, I don't. And I think that's about it. I think that's... Yeah, those are the only things I didn't answer. Yeah, Ramuki, anime reactions are really fun. They're really fun. Designer said Gant's design was one of their favorites. Very understandable. Hello, AJ. Would you like to learn a cool thing, but you'd have to tab out? I don't know if you can. Sure. I mean, this is a good time to tab out. We have a recess. Sorry, Edgeworth. But yeah, I can tab out, Hannah. What do you watch for anime reactions? Film Buff. Your boy Roshi sometimes. How am I just forgetting all the ones I react to? Head to colorhex.com. Okay, I did. Film Buff. Film Buff's the best one for sure. Search for hashtag boob16. Okay. I'm very curious as to why I'm doing this. Yeah, I gotcha. Yes, it does. It does a little bit. It does a little bit, Hannah. 042069. Right. This beautiful dark blue. Yeah, it definitely is. So, sorry, this is the second one, guys. This is the second color. This is the first one. Pretty undeniable, no? It is hilarious, Hannah. I just... The Ace Attorney designers are truly revolutionaries. It's faded in the stars. Sorry, Blind Wave as well, yeah. I like Blind Wave a lot. Okay, please proceed with your court case. No, you confirmed the canon. Exactly, Lass of Gloucester. Canon confirmed. Who am I forgetting about that I react to? LM reactions I used to watch a lot as well. But I stopped kind of recently. When they were deep into Attack on Titan, I watched them. Okay. I didn't mean to get you in... Thank you for that, Hannah. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. Which color is Gumshoe, Hannah? Yeah, I've watched some of their Better Call Saul reactions, too. You're welcome. I'm only here to encourage highly intelligent conversation. I agree. Thank you very much, Hannah. I do wonder which color Gumshoe is. Hey, Sardinias, and hey, Spirit Noodle. Welcome in. Happy Monday. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Edgeworth was just talking about this the other day. You must know the first two rules of evidence law, which we didn't know. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that alright, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. Yes, I have heard of the game Tales of Arise. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him. So Gant? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. It's slipped into the pocket? It doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet, why I'm still sitting in the prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth? The real trial today hasn't begun yet. God damn, okay. What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Lana Skye found out she unwittingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more. You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're gonna expose him no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Gant looks like a future character, no? Like a future character? Not sure what you mean. Oh, you think he resembles Franklin? That's interesting. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to expose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Oh, I wouldn't know that. This is my first time playing. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain? You think I may have manipulated the witness? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking, and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very kingly. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright? You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, the trial is as good as over. The defense calls... witness. Oh no. Oh no. Old bag. We do want to bring him, right? Yeah, let's bring him, because, I mean, we're going to accuse him. Right? Meekins! Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Gumshoe gives you murder vibes, or, sorry, Meekins give you murder vibes, Spirit Noodle, or, Gant? Pick on the emotionally traumatized girl more? I hope not. Why does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel like we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. Alrighty. So you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine, my name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Calling your child Damon is such a red flag. Oh yeah, the song's great. It's very aristocratic. But it's like obnoxiously noble in a way. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah, very convenient. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. I don't know, Spirit Noodle. I'm not sure. That sounds like something that was made up by the game, but I don't know. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. As you can see. Forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seemed Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Okay, so... this made me raise an eyebrow. Quote-unquote forgery? So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court record. Worthy, always the smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to the incidents. Link Gant to it. A ceremony was held at the police department? Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. So, Edgeworth told me to look at my court record, so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, crap. Yeah, let's just look. Ties him to the forgery. I mean, this seems pretty indicative of the forgery. Or, not the forgery, but... of something to do with this. No, I don't think this is it. Oh, this was found in his safe. There we go. Right? Oh, wait, no. That was the wrong one, wasn't it? Was it? Oh, shit. Was that the right one? Which one did I press it on? Oh, I did it on the wrong one. I did it on the wrong one. No, I did it on the wrong one. God damn it. It's okay, it's okay. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badger you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in this illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Yeah. Exactly, Ramuki. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? Tell him, Edgeworth. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. Hey, Mr. Glyra. If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well... Oh, that's not Gant. In light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. You are on time, of course. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. What's the heh for, Hannah? What's the heh for? Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. You need the southern accent? I think he's gone. I think he left. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Yeah, it would. It's helping you right now. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor, when investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. And so should you, judgy boy. What do you mean? You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Ooh, indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. The face. The face. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. All right, Udgy. In return, though, I know. That place, right? What are these guys, telepathic? Okay, so that's not true, though, this one. That's not true. And that's not true either. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember, who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Lana Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Gant isn't the one who... Okay. Yet I know he played a part in the forgery, yeah. Someone asked him to be an accomplice. Damon Gant, someone's accomplice, that sounds unlikely. Did he just read our minds? Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is its benefit? That would be, of course, the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh, the resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive! Ho, ho, ho! Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think that I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Gah! Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. I'm pressing that. I'm pressing that big time. Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone. A true role model chief of police. Unbelievable. Be tough on crime and tough on people, that's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho ho! Ho, I'm Santa Claus, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, who would he have helped out? Or would he have helped someone out? Oh dear. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Okay. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Well, Lana's the only one who was forging evidence. But why would he help her? So after this, Lana got promoted. Meekins. Okay, so I think I know the answer, but I don't know why, because he got demoted, she got demoted, he's dead, he wasn't there, he's him. Emma didn't forge anything, Gumshoe, no. So by process of elimination, it's Lana. But I don't know exactly why he would help her, for himself. Yeah, to, I guess, strengthen his position through her being chief prosecutor. Yeah, that's possible. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant. Where'd my game go? That was weird. I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? Yeah, exactly. And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. Good conviction rates, I guess? True. Self-profit. Self-profit. After it was resolved... Yep. She was appointed chief prosecutor. The person who arranged it was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from this? You'll be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's what she's been doing this whole case. She's been protecting him. Can't help but notice the fact that his design reminds me, and theme kind of reminds of Christianity. Cross-clothing the instruments in his theme. That seems to be a thing, but I can't find obvious thematic links between the case and religion. Yeah, like the organ, right? The theme. Let's see his design in a second. He would require unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh wait, you must mean me, puppet. Admitted, Chief, you assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? Yeah, do we? I think we might. For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana? She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. Yeah. Yeah, that's the judge's job, Jonah. That's the judge's job. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident. Which would that be? Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Catch up, Judge, catch up. Order, I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest-ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's illegal? Impossible? Excuse me. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier-to-understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. I don't think he said Mr. Wright. I think I'm just conditioned to it. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. Oh shit. Is his blood boiling under this? Under the proclamation of being just a man? Is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then, let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Exactly, sold the gems. No. This could be important, but I don't think this directly ties him to it. $7? $4.20? Actually, is that it? That might be it. Because... See, I think this is gonna come... I think... I'm torn between the piece of cloth with Emma's fingerprints and this. 777 was the combination for the safe. I mean, this is a direct link, but also Emma's fingerprints is a direct link. You gotta live a little, right? It's one of those two, I'm pretty sure. Explains the two rules of evidence law. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the trial. Yeah, I know what I have to prove here. This might be a bit more nebulous to the murder. So this is a bit more abstract, the fingerprints. But this is directly tied to... Oh, wait. No, it's not, is it? I don't like saving too often, Wolfman. I live on the edge a little. I live on the Edgeworth. Edgeworth, Meekins. I think this is a pretty... It's strong enough, probably. Because 7-7 ties him to the whole stuff that happened in the locker room, or the evidence room, which is then tied to the case. The stuff with Emma's prints is a bit more vague. Whatever. I can save right after this, right? If I get hurt. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list that we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday, 7. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my ID card number, or my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean? I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 77777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Ooh. Oh. Hey, that wasn't a guess. That had logic behind it. Order. Chief Gant, what do you have to say? New sprite. His fist shaking? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it. Yeah, I love the eyebrow twitch too. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go wherever I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days. Chief Gant. I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. Oh? On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Skye's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Oh god. Okay. Goodman's killer still isn't caught? No. Proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant, excuse the voice crack, on the day of the crime. Edgeworth brought the screwdriver back. No. No. Dated? Wait, hold on. So that was the day of the crime. So the ID card was stolen or lost. Yeah, and that was the day. I think this is the proof. I think this is it. It's very accusatory proof. So I don't know if they'll go with that, but hey, Gotta live on the edge, Worth. Right? Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure that he filed it. Okay. I didn't even read that part. I didn't read the part that says it can only be submitted to the chief of police. I just assumed they met up and he stole it that day. But hey, that's the common theme of this playthrough. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to, yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh, Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant, and then you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him. There's no other way that the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes, now that... Sorry, but that's not possible. I think my controller pressed something. According to the record, your card was only used once, yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. True. True. Oh my god! What the hell was that? Chief Gant, you didn't... Oh, he's unraveling. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. Yeah, that was big Super Saiyan vibes. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know, and everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Now that I think about it, I might have done something of the sort. Thank you, Gansey. My controller curses me. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was just a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Well, that description literally told us what it was. Thank you for the follow, unlucky gambler. Yeah, right? Because nothing else has been just gathering dust. Well, this kind of has. But it's not as innocuous. I think it's the screwdriver and maybe the badge. Because everything else has been used previously. And this was brought back to his office by Gant's request. Yeah. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does this have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... Ah! I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. Oh, I thought Gumshoe moved the screwdriver. Whatever. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office, but you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation: to transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Relax, Judge. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. Yeah, it was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time's up. I believe your time's up. Yeah. It's, exclamation point top 100, holy potato. Thanks, God. Thanks, God Lotus. He was driving it around. Holy shit. Yeah, imagine if he got pulled over. My time's up. Sorry, Wright-o, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons. Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. That's a little fishy, dude. That's a little fishy. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away. Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, you think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the... Okay, hold on. Let me save. Is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof that he murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body? Do I have concrete proof? Why are they quote-unquoting proof? I have no proof yet? The way they're wording this is very fishy. Why are there quotations around proof, and why does it have yet there? That's literally telling me what to do, is it not? I think that's telling me what to do. I have no proof yet. There's not going to be an investigation after this, is there? I hope not. Investigation day 4. Oh dear. But, I mean, this is clearly the right answer, the way they've worded this. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present I have no conclusive evidence. See, Udgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. Oh shit, was that the wrong thing to do? What? Here's a tip. Never gamble when you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Udgy, I'll leave the rest to you. I keep forgetting Udgy is the boss's, the judge's name. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Lady Luck. Maybe we should have a word with her. What do you mean? IRL trial system mod? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. Lana? We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness? She's just been hiding it. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial, someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. I love how he always brings it up and then challenges us. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth Lana Skye. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body, in accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Very supportive boyfriend. Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Okay, come on. How is no one questioning this now? That's right. Your sister will be found guilty of Neil Marshall's murder. Casual blackmail in court. Yeah, exactly. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got a lunch date to meet. Holy shit, dude. Gant's kinda based. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, Gilgamesh. Ha ha ha, I'm not a detective anymore. Sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure, I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Thanks for the follow, R9. RA9, thank you for the follow. Could he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Would he be 20 times more useful? I don't know. Maya's pretty useful. I like Maya. Remember what the judge said? That can't be casually evoked. Certain risks. What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Ah. Emma. Are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny that I feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all to protect me. No, it's not closed. Not at all. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get it back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait here? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. This is a great screenshot to use for a tweet. To go, it's all kicking off now. All right, the final act. Alrighty. Save. Trial Ladder 2. The defense and prosecution colluding to frame poor innocent Mr. Gant for murder. How dare they? Justice for All has been funded, yes. Okay, I'm just gonna send out a tweet really quickly. Will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Let me just quickly do this. One sec, sorry. I got the tier list ready, too. The final act. Epic. Okay. Enjoy the last round of this game's court themes, AJ. True. One sec. And then we'll just get started. Where's the wallpaper from? This is from 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. A beautiful game. Everyone should play it. Will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Yeah, I'm gonna miss this theme. Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done the past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. It is dope, yeah. Thank you. I want to play it, but it's so expensive over here. It's worth it though. If you can save it, if you can save money for 13 Sentinels, play it. I swear, it's so good. $100 for it on Switch, worth. And remember, you're under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. Please tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself, so she's literally just lying under oath. As you would expect given the circumstances, but still. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana... Yep, lying under oath is nothing new in this game, but even still, the chief prosecutor doing it is interesting. Then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. She's literally turning her back on Emma, the left side of the screen. Yeah, this is no time to be second-guessing myself. Okay. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana, so that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. You say you did this all by yourself. Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck into the victim's body. What? A prosecutor marshal died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean, Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's just trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the body, or inside the wound, then moved the body. Press that. You planted the tip of Dark's knife into the victim's wound, and then you moved the body. But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body? I think it's... Well, do we get an order? Or I guess it's one or the other. Planting the knife makes sense to me for the whole forgery. Moving the body, I don't know exactly why. Hold on. I'm assuming we get to do both, but I lean more towards moving the body. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. By your desk. Why'd you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Skye moved the body. The piece of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Piece of the jar, you mean? Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away that's what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Drake... Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction there somewhere. I committed this fabrication completely alone. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence. Holy shit. She's lying. She did so I wouldn't be blamed. What I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Okay. Okay. So what I'm getting is I think I have to contradict this. That's what they were saying. Hey Thomas, I did have a great weekend. I hope you did as well. This is difficult. What? The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Hey, Pro-Pinkist. If you've talked earlier, I don't think I said hi. But hello. The piece of the jar that shattered threatened my plan. I don't think... I need to re-watch this part. I don't understand that logic. It had been shattered to pieces. It was shattered to pieces. It must have been broken during their struggle. So, it was it had to have been... Oh, whoops. This one. No, like... I don't understand why Emma being written on it would contradict the fact that it was broken during the fight. Oh, wait. Let me examine this. Can I examine it? Okay, it does. Yeah, Schwassam, you kind of just answered it for me. Could you, if you think you got something, could you not write it in chat? So I can figure it out for myself? Because, yeah, the way you look at this, it's clear that it was written beforehand. So, yeah, that makes sense, but... okay. That's the answer. It's okay. You committed the crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life, thank you for the follow, top man, Jason, will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction? You testified, and I quote, "The piece of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Order, Your Honor. It would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Yeah, I like Lana's more raw expressions too. She's very calculated, so it really sticks out when she's unguarded like that, as you say. You were the one who wiped away the message in blood. I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. Are you sure? I mean, you didn't, though. We saw them. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss everything. I got every last piece. But that's not true, though. Dark in the room? That's not true. That isn't true. It isn't true. Hey, it's right here. Objection? Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe, but how? I knew it, she really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it, but the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night the prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Ho-ho? Ho-ho? But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that? My king. Judge is my king. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There was no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying that this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Man, the objections kill me. He loves his job. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No, no! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar, and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, man, Chief Gant is having the worst lunch of his life right now, even if it's delicious. Isn't it clear what happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending to his aid, Gant helped create evidence that incriminated Dark. I love the judge. I love the judge breakdown. Gant's steak better as hell be worth it. Sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. Oh, was that blood? I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. That's true, Wolfman. He does genuinely care for him. So, yeah. It is a big deal. I can't watch you suffer any more for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. His mistakes. Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. What? Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. Lieception. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. The witness may testify once more for the final time. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of that suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all was really a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword. You were the only one who saw that, if only you had proof. Whoops. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. She gave us the book. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? Yeah. Let's check that evidence. There must be a picture there. We couldn't examine this before. Oh, holy sh... Okay. God damn. There's a picture here. Oh, holy crap. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Lana's picture inserted into the court record. Mr. Wright, that piece cut out from the vest, could that be... Oh, the cloth we found, yep. What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints must be the real murderer. No. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? No. This is still part of his trap, like Wright was saying. Like Phoenix was saying, this is still part of his trap. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Impaled in the suit of armor. What? Hold it. Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. How was your lunch, buddy? K-Dot-san, thank you for the follow. Chief Gant, what, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. You finished the lunch. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. God damn. Oh, it's here. Oh. So what? You think I'm worried? I do. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? 'Cause you planted it, you... You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, am I sure to be made out as the murderer? Mr. Wright, if you have more evidence, present it now. And if you are trying to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? No. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence that I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence... I don't know what you're talking about. He's stumbling. Why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. Like, how is this not fishy? How is this not fishy that he's doing this? What are you talking about, Mr. Chief Gant? Gant walked so Pariston and all for one could soar. Can't you figure this out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest. Notice anything odd about the chest area. It looks like part of it's been cut for some reason. Yeah, Gant's literally saying, oh, I planted the... Well, not saying I planted it, but the evidence I put in my safe, you took it out, right? And the judge is like, yeah. I lost my dentures once. It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Yeah, clearly Emma ripped that exact section with her handprint perfectly in the boundaries to frame herself. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? Play with your hair? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. The judge is learning a little bit. The judge is learning a bit. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Skye. It is the scar from Harry Potter. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead when forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. The judge is a mostly comical character, but putting yourself in his perspective, it does make this a bit sad for him. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Glyra. Dodging, yeah. He's owning up to forging, but dodging the murder. Puppeteer villains are so raw when done right. See this jar fragment? I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Tell 'em, Edgy. Ho, ho, ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Wrighto, cough it up already. I know you have it. Swimming anyone? What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut up the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all, but it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Wrighto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory's mine. That's the problem, isn't it? Well, we're showing the evidence. Show the evidence. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. A really oily hand. Think about it scientifically. You know what my reasoning just was just then? My reasoning was... because of how often he touches his hair, his hand's oily. But that doesn't explain why it's Lana's print, or why it's Emma's prints. You know what? We just saved. Screw it. Oily hair. Oily hair. The evidence. No, that... I want to think about it. Hold on. Why are Emma's prints there? Cloth. I mean, he clearly planted them there, but what about the glove? Extremely thin rubber glove. I'm quite sure it's the strip of it's the strip of the leather, right? Like he cut off a strip of the leather here, piece of cloth. Because like we withheld it and now it's the time. But why is it the evidence? Who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall? Why is it though? It's very oily. Let me just check it one more time. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else on it. Zoom in. Oh, whoops. Oh, this is so... What is it? What if... he planted the fingerprints. He planted the fingerprints there. But how does it prove it? Okay. This is my favorite moment of the entire case. God damn. How do... Okay. Your save got corrupted at this moment and you never completed the case because of this? I would do the same thing. Because the problem is, I know what the answer is. It's this. But I want to know why. I want to know why. I'm 90% certain that it's the cloth here. The piece of cloth. I don't know. Okay, well, we just saved. I'm gonna present it and then see if I can solve it as we go along. I'm not a super giga brain. Let's solve it as we go along. So the music's gone. So that was the answer. Let me verify this one more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. The prosecution requests that immediately be sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. Yeah, like it's very oily. Obviously, he touches his hair all the time. You mean, that could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Wright had all the time to present this evidence. Hey, antagonist, good afternoon. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted, okay? If you say so. The person to whom those fingerprints belong is... Emma. I mean, we can't lie. Emma? Emma Skye. What? They're mine. I'm sorry, Emma, but why didn't you tell me? Oh ho ho. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster. Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Phoenix is doing some mime MC things here right now. But I'm afraid it's over, boy. It is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, music away? Music's gone? There's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of clothing proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction, which I didn't find out myself, unfortunately. A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts the cloth. Okay, guys, I'll get this. I'll get this. Big brain time. We've reached the moment where I actually am going to find... Okay, so it's cut here. It's cut here. It's cut there. It's cut out. Is it that there's no blood there? Is it that there's no blood there? That is not soaked in blood. Is that it's completely clean? It's completely clean. There's not a stain of blood on it. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? The blood, it was cut out beforehand. It was cut out beforehand. That's what it was. Because the blood goes over the shirt As if there was no vest even there. There shouldn't be any blood there on the shirt. Bam. We got it. We got it, boys and girls, and everyone in between. Thank you for the follow, Midnight Blaze. We got it. We got it. We got you, Gantz. We got you. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where this piece of cloth of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait. There's no blood on it! Ah! Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside, excuse me. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. Yeah, that felt great. Putting that together, that felt really good. This is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and then was knocked out. Hey, Panda Emma. And if so, tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and then impaled him on the armor sword? Congratulations for finishing your shift, Panda Emma. You joined right at the climax of this. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they had broke on purpose, to leave behind a clue, and make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember when you admitted only moments ago that you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Oh boy. It's finally all over. Is it though? I don't care if it's the end. Ooh. Oh, ho, 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 that was close, Wright-o. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Uji. Earlier, old Wright-o here concealed that piece of cloth. Wait, illegal evidence? What's your excuse, Wright-o? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? I don't have any evidence, yeah? Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. That's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me in court? Ho 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 ho! Looks like your last laugh's on you, Sonny. Thank you so much for the sub, Night Denier. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you want that to go towards one of the goals that are listed there, please let me know. But regardless, thank you so much, and hope you're enjoying some Gant, edgy, Wright-o nonsense. We got to the end of Chapter 74, Iano. And thank you for the follow, Xreal. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true, legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? AI got funded, yep. It seems at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. No, it's not illegal. Because what were those rules? Is the end of this game Phoenix finally learning the rules of law? Aha! So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gantz. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then, it's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Udgy, don't listen to this. He's nothing but a coward you can't really believe. The only climax worthy of this series is nonsense. There's only one issue to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? I like how he's basically just admitted that he did it. And it's just like, but technicalities. Let us settle this now and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Lana, you queen. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. I assume something like that would have happened, Tom Piet, excuse me. The badge! Yeah, I assume something like that would happen. Because, I mean, it was so clearly shown to be a trap. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Edgeworth has learned. Phoenix has learned. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have the approval of the police from the police department. This is very meta because in a lot of ways, it's clear to everyone the demeanor of Gant, how the case has gone. Everyone knows he did it, but now they're just fumbling over technicalities, despite him clearly being the one who did it. Like how messed up is that? We're gonna succeed, but the fact that these stumbling blocks are there in the first place is bizarre. Phoenix has gained them the knowledge of evidence law. Yeah. Phoenix has finally learned the law after half a year of being a lawyer. My king. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. I put the wrong tone on those words. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when that picture when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Yes. No! I'm a corrupt son of a gun who just casually admits to murder under oath and get away with it. No, wait, don't use the law here. That's not how this works. It was then that you approved this cloth, as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. He duped himself. He duped himself. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you! Oh. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. He's morbing out. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling that when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprints on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How could you get Miss Skye involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. Sounds good, Night Nire. I will put that towards Malekith. Actually, let me just quickly do that now. There we go. So, you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Thank you again, Night Nire. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. He kind of rhymed a little bit there. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Wow. I love the way it's so quiet now. It just fades. It just fades. Looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wrighto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Poor judge indeed. Why? That ended very melancholy. That ended very melancholy, excuse me. There are two things that I want you to understand. Yes, first, your sister never hurt anyone. Secondly, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye? You no longer have any reason to keep silence. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Skye, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Aww. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Skye. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Tsundere edgy. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor, you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Her smile! Look how beautiful. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Yeah, just the way that's illustrated, you can see a huge weight has been lifted off her. Very genuine, yeah. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. At long last, it's finally over. Oh, this song. This song has worked its way into my heart. It's gotten to the fact where I hear it now and I do feel a little bit emotional. Especially since it's the last time we'll hear it, unless they reuse it. But I don't think they will. Oh, Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. Maybe a bit more than a little pro-pinkist. Oh yeah, the case was a bit short. That's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. They don't reuse it? Yeah, so let's just soak it in. Well, there's contradicting evidence. There's contradicting cases here from The Strongest Link and Wolfman. You know, I did my best too. I know, you absolutely did. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? It's completely unique every game. I'm glad it is. They don't reuse it? Okay. Yeah, let's speedrun this case one more time. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty, and to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Lighten up, pal. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Not this time. The victory theme from next game's even better. Damn. This is one of my favorite songs in the game, so I'm excited. I came today because of you, pal. Me. That's right, I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell you if you won't. Or I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. The second game's already funded, Wolfman. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Gumshoe is chaotic good, absolutely. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Oh. Oh, second best CG in the game. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on towards a bright future. At least, that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe, me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure that we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Cute. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. More unnecessary feelings, big time. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I like this hook for future installments and where Edgeworth's story may go. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them, but in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, King, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. You had your your partner. Yeah, I'm aware of the strongest link. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find out on our own. Oh no! Oh no, I need to get this right. Okay, well, hold on. I'm trying to think, because, like, we went together in on... I can't save. Too late for save. Ugh. Okay, I need to do a big thing for this. So it's not this. It's not this. It's not this. Evidence list. Is it maybe the evidence list? Autopsy report. Maybe chat should spoil this one as you only get one chance. Yeah. Yeah, don't spoil it. Okay, let's start from the beginning, actually. Sorry. Someone just called me. I think it was the wrong number. Okay. Let's see. Ask before you present? Yeah, sure. I'll ask before I present. Okay, so not the attorney's badge. Not Goodman's ID. King of Prosecutor's Trophy. I'm thinking maybe? I don't know. Not this. Usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. On our own. No, no, no. No, no. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. The book, but how does that... Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Is it the book? That would be thematically apt. He looks really awkward if he answers it wrong. Okay, let me just check this. Okay, actually, I'm leaning that way now. Yeah, something they had to work together to find out, to figure out. Lana did give the book, yes. They did... Okay, I'm... Replay from the last save if wrong. They did work together big time when it came to this, but they worked together the whole damn time. There was so much... unnecessary feelings going back and forth. Evidence. This. I don't think it's any of these. I'm leaning towards either this. Maybe this? No, they wouldn't have figured it out on their own. I think it might be this. It might be this. Okay, the book or the trophy. It's probably neither. Everyone waiting for 10 minutes. Okay, so my instinct right now is to present the trophy. But I want to get the good ending, so tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Not the trophy? God damn. Damn, okay. Is it the book? I think it's the book then. Tell me if it's the book. Not the book? Is it the badge? It's not the badge, is it? One out of 3 to get it right. I don't know. I think I'm stumped. Half of this list was found in Gant's desk. I mean... Yeah, sure, give me clues. Because I don't want to get this wrong. Yeah, I know they had to work together on it. Yeah, the badge would have been, like, very emotional and fitting in that way, but... Find is meant quite literally here. I know, they presented it together? I don't remember. What did they present together? Oh. Ugh, my brain is so tired of thinking from this entire case. Lana's photo... It's not... This is what I thought of in the first place, but... They would have had something incomplete if one did not tell... So this is what I thought of in the first place. But... Is it together now? It's more literal than thematic? Damn. Okay, so is it this? Because it's taped together now. That's kind of cute. Yeah, okay. You guys... Okay, listen, I didn't know it in the first place, but I did say this in the beginning. The evidence lists... What drove me off of it was that I thought the description would be updated to it has both halves. I didn't actually look at that it was taped together. Okay. Yeah, I remembered all of that. But I didn't realize that it had been taped together. I forgot that it had been taped together here. No thematic symbolism. That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we couldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. The vase turn wasn't that bad. It was annoying, but like within 2 or 3 minutes, we got it. It was 6 or 7 tries. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know, it seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Larry Butts, Mia, Maya, Edgeworth. Mia dead. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal, huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved by the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Yeah, I guess they didn't show Judge. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, haha. You see, Mr. Wright here's the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? What, you think I could afford that with my salary? You gotta be kidding, pal. Huh? Huh? Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Hey, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. Oh, what a great last line. Oh, I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. See you, Gansey. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you'll be here for the second game as well. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days as a prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. I'm listening to the song. Yeah, next game will be next stream. But, I'll be doing my last impressions and a tier list and stuff at the end of the stream. I thought I was a goner for the moment, though. And at the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief police. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. Alright, Thomas. Next stream, like, if you stream tomorrow or next week. No. Next Ace Attorney slot, so Mondays. Me too, K-Sid. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show him, though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dig Gumshoe. I'm glad you enjoyed Smoothies. I hope you enjoy the second one as well. Objection! If you guys excuse me, I just need to quickly order some lunch for when I finish the stream. Oh no. Oh no. Lunch date with Gant? Absolutely. What is this just going to be on screen? What is for lunch? You know what's for lunch, Hannah. Oh, it gets knocked over. You know what's for lunch, Hannah. Starts with a K. It broke. The blue badger's dead. Thought so. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown? Oh, I missed that. Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Kinton Ramen. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? I wish it didn't skip through it. You heard my accent a little bit. Ramen. I'm ordering ramen. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Wright Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Marshall top 3 or 4 in this case? I think so. I think I agree. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. Ah, the king himself. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be, huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. Every witness in this case was pretty top-notch. I agree, except for Meekins, who is not bad, but yeah. His chair. I'm excited to hear your thoughts as to a tier list. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right after this finishes. And I'm gonna give a ranking, too. Ah, nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. That bass, though? I don't want to start giving my thoughts, my finished, summed-up thoughts, because I'll be interrupted by these scenes. Ah? Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, bellboy. Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. Hmm? Thank you for the follow sediment. What's going on? Oh, did he leave? Did he leave a note? How many streams did it take you to finish SL6? What's SL6? Is that the 5th case? Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. This case, it took 3 streams. Yeah, 3 streams. Yeah, I love a good epilogue, too. Oh. Oh. Cute. Oh, sorry. There we go. Capcom. Oh, so that's it, eh? That's it. Thank you for the follow, Ming Ming. Yeah, this case... Okay, so that's it. That's my first ever blind playthrough of a game on stream, on Twitch. And that was great. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, that's the follower emote, Hannah. That's it for the first game, yeah. So I gave my summed up thoughts at the end of Case 4, which were very similar to now, but this has just enhanced it. I do think Case 4 is still my favorite. Case 4 is my favorite, but this would be second place, and then it would probably be 3, 2, 1 in that order. I'd rank them like 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. This one didn't quite... I think it was a bit longer than it needed to be, but it definitely hit all the emotional notes. It had a lot of great new characters introduced. Marshall, Emma, Lana, Gant. Hopefully the first of many. It will be the first of many. But yeah, overall it was a great time. Very solid cast of characters, very fun in the presentation. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it can get very emotional and weighty at the same time and very heartfelt. There's heart all through the damn place. The cases are clever. Despite my, exaggerated moaning about the Blue Badger and stuff like that, it was genuinely fun. I think this case is actually the most fun in terms of figuring things out. Who do I think is better, Manfred von Karma or Damon Gant? That's really tough. They're right next to each other. I will answer when I do the tier list. Yeah, so for anyone who isn't aware, we're jumping right into the second game for the next Monday stream because it's been funded. And then after that, we'll probably do AI Somnium Files, probably. Unless I have some real huge inclination to jump into the third. But we'll see. But yeah, so let's just exit this. Let me just see, actually. Ace Attorney, Justice for All. So we'll be starting this next week. That's the third one. Okay, so we'll exit this for now. And let me just quickly put up some music while I do a tier list, and I'll do a little ranking. Or rating, excuse me. So I'm about to give it a score. I'm curious what you guys think. What score out of 5 stars, or out of 10, if you'd rather, what score out of 10 you think I'd give it? Hold on, here we go. Sorry, just rearranging this stuff. Nope. Properties. There we go. Okay, 7 or 8, 4 out of 5, 8, strong 8, 7 or 8, 8 stars out of 5. 7.5 or 8. Yeah, so let's see. And we got some music back. Okay, Ace Attorney. This is the one. Not playing it anymore. And I think I would give this one... You said it a few streams ago. It was one of your top 10 favorite medias already. Yeah. Sure. Kilo, a profile pic goes hard damn straight. I think I will end up giving it... This is backlogged. See ya, Thomas. Hope you have a great day, too. You can... That's my link to it. That's basically my anime list, but for video games. And I will be giving it a solid 8, or solid 4 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was great. And yeah, so I'll give it a solid 8. And then I played that. Yep, there it just got added. Perfect. And then for the tier list, I got it right here. Okay. Well, this is really all the characters, right? Okay, Angel Star, I'll give her... Bellboy gets B. Angel Star, I'll give B. Vasquez was hot, but she's probably not higher than a B. Emma, We'll give you an A. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking it, aren't I? There, that's better. Here, I need to get rid of my camera for this. This is just the first games. Yeah, this is just the first game. My dude here. I mean, she wasn't even relevant. He was a victim. This guy, I vaguely remember him. These aren't ranked yet, by the way. Oh, so, yeah, they're not ranked within them. And then Misty Faye is the most relevant. Yeah, but she doesn't have a character. We just hear about her. And then the last two, the top two. And there we go. That's my tier list. Sorry, Hannah. She died so early. With obviously there's tons of room to grow. Obviously, I think Phoenix will go higher. I think Edgeworth will probably go higher too. But yeah, this is what I do at the moment. And then to order it, I would put. I think I'd do it like this. Like this. Like this. Yeah, that's how I'd order it. So number 1, Edgeworth. Number 2, Phoenix. Number 3, Von Karma. Number 4, Gant. Number 5, Maya. Number 6, Judge. Number 7, Lana. Number 8, Emma. Number 9, Marshall. Or sorry, no, I'll do this. Number 9, Gumshoe. Number 10, Marshall. Edgeworth would be on the list for my... Edgeworth might actually be on the boundaries of my top antagonist list. His dynamic with Edgeworth... Why do I think Manfred's better than Gant? His dynamic with Edgeworth is more powerful and focused. I think he says a lot about the game's meta-portrayal of the law that I find interesting. I think that... the ways in which he acted as Edgeworth's mentor and how that kind of paralleled with the themes of the case. It was just a bit more focused and tight than it was for Gant, but Gant is very close to him as well. I might switch them around. This is just initial thoughts. When I reflect, I might switch those two around. It's pretty close. Yeah. I think that's how I do it. Edgeworth is definitely the strongest aspect of the game, yeah. This is subject to change. Oh yeah, the Gant reveal was very obvious. Okay, do you guys have any questions or anything? Just to sum up about my experience with the game, or... Because otherwise I'll end stream pretty soon. Yeah, this will get shuffled in future games for sure. Do aesthetics and character design play into this list? If so, you should use it to break ties in D tier. I don't really care about breaking the ties in D tier. They do count. I don't really care enough about D tier to order it, or C, to be honest. But C's in rough order. Yeah. Are you gonna have a stream of consciousness video for this game like you are currently doing for One Piece? No. I think these streams are adequate for that. I just love how Gant thinks he was above the law. Yeah, I do too. And I love his quiet acceptance at the end. Who is the waifu / best girl of Ace Attorney for you so far? I mean, I don't use the word waifu for this, but my favorite female character is Maya. Like, yeah, this is the order. So, yeah, Maya is my favorite female character. Lana second, Emma third, Mia. Or sorry, yeah, Mia. What are your favorite songs aside from the victory theme? I don't know the name. I think Cornered. I think Cornered is my favorite. That's the one that reminds me most of Umineko. And that's not the only reason it's my favorite, but, you know. I don't know the names of all of them, but the whole soundtrack was really good. It was really solid. And let's just, while we're here, let's just mark this as currently playing. Oh, it's got a lower score than the first one. Favorite moment? The culmination of Case 4. This website is backlogged. Right here. Why isn't the Blue Badger in top tier? Blue Badger does not have a character portrait. Oh, I thought you were joking, Strongest Link. No, this is not anywhere near my top 10 media. I had a great time with it, but I've seen a lot of stories, experienced a lot of stories, you know. That isn't to take away from it. It was tons of fun, and lots of interesting and fun characters, as you can see. Would you put this in your top 100 list? Not quite. But maybe as the series continues, I will eventually want to put the series as a whole in there. As it stands, though, it's not quite a favorite, but it's definitely it was definitely a strong, really fun experience. And Edgeworth is a favorite. He's gonna go into the list into the antagonist list for sure. But you guys won't know where he goes because all you've got is that list from when we did the rankings. I'll update it eventually. A fun song fan made for Ace Attorney. Okay, sure. You can only love Edgeworth more as it goes on. I'm sure. Hopefully Phoenix as well. Thank you for the follow, Samurai. Look at Mia. Oh, I've seen this guy before. Okay, I'm not gonna look because I don't want to see these character designs. That's pretty base though. I don't want to see the character designs. So, with this playing in the background, this beautiful song, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for joining through my playthrough. I hope you've enjoyed. It's been tons of fun. And yeah, I mean, the score, it all speaks for itself. I had a really fun time. And I can't wait to start the second one. A lot of people have said it's, maybe, in their opinion, the weakest, but we'll see what I think. I did enjoy it. Glad to hear it. Looking forward to your reaction to the controversial case. Looking forward to next Monday. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. I hope so too, Wolfman. I'm looking forward to my reaction to the controversial case too. No worries, guys. No worries. Thank you for funding. You guys funding the next playthrough is the reason why I'm doing it. So thank you. All right. So yeah, you guys funding the next one is the reason I'm doing it anyway. So thank you. But yeah, I think I'll end it right here. On Wednesday, we'll be continuing our Hunter x Hunter arc discussions with the end of Greed Island. Sunday, reactions to Spy Family, Kaguya-sama, and One Piece. And then Monday, we'll be starting the second game. Thank you guys again. Let's see if there's anyone to raid. If not, We won't. Oh, I raid Nixie all the damn time. Is there anyone else to raid? Let's see. Okay, I'll just raid Nixie because that's what I got. I'm gonna have to apologize. I raid XQC. Have a great day, guys.